So no injuries this week to have to rattle through a match committee. What are you thinking about there, though?
It was pleasing that we got through unscathed, for one, and we had some good performances from the blokes that played in the Magpies as well. So we'll go to match committee later on this afternoon and dissect it and see what it looks like. But it's just pleasing that we got through unscathed because we have been a bit battered and bruised, and it's a credit to the boys to be able to front up every week.
Is it easy to make a case for anyone to come into the side when it's winning?
We're always looking at the right mix that's going to beat the side that we're coming up against, and form's always a big part in that. And we've got to look at the bodies that we have playing. So, yeah, look, we'll make a calculated decision on players at the same time, but we want to keep guys playing good football, and when they're in a good space, you want them to keep playing.
So where's Sam Powell ever fit in that one?
Well, he'll be right in the mix. He'll be discussed for sure. He had a fantastic game on Saturday night, played the brand of footy that we expect of Sam, and he's ticked all the boxes and presented himself well on the track, and he's fit, and he was very good on the weekend.
He's probably best 22. I think you'd agree. I think everyone would agree. I know you don't want to mess with a winning formula, but there's some players you have to mess with a winning formula for. I
wouldn't say mess with. It's just whether it's a like for like or it's a positional type player that we might need something. We over the last couple of weeks we've lost a couple of midfielder types that can go in there, and Butters and Dersma, and Sam sort of fits that mould. So with his performance on the weekend, he'd be putting his case forward for selection. But yeah, look, he's in our best side. when he's up and going.
Brisbane are pretty battered and bruised. Does that come into the thinking? An extra physical player coming to really attack them?
Not really. Like, we know Brisbane run deep. They've got some fantastic players that are out of the side. Yes, they've lost Neil. But yeah, look, they run deep. So once again, we'll pick a side that matches up against them physically and obviously personnel-wise that we can test them.
Is it a relief that Deal's not there, or is it actually you worry about who's going to bite you in his place?
No, well, obviously, yeah. Look, he's a Brownlow medalist, so he's a quality player. When you look at it and he's not there, well, then it's not that you take the foot off the pedal in terms of relax and think about, it's now done, because he's only one of sort of 18 that's on the field at any one given time. But whoever steps in is going to be hungry for that position. But they run deep, especially around the midfield. They're a very, very good outfit there.
What was the reason Pep didn't train today?
Probably a little bit sore maybe from Saturday. Probably just more maintenance. Then some of the boys were split up. Some were doing more of a sort of lighter recovery, and some of the guys are doing a bit more active. Probably the younger fellas.
Same for Trav?
Yeah, Trav. Yeah. Well, they're on light duties. We only played Sunday, so you would have seen a lot of the boys out there today. Some were walking, some were jogging, some were inside doing off legs in the pool, and he was one of them.
Brisbane last season, you only met the one time they got it done up there at the Gather. What's different this time?
Well, I think both sides are in a better position. Both sides play a brand of footy that's heavily contested. Up there it's going to be challenging again. Yeah, they tested us at centre bounce. We learned a lesson there, and we got tested around the footy. But we take our learnings, and that's the thing that we pride ourselves on. So if we bring the Port Adelaide game, which we've been playing over the sort of previous 5-6 rounds, well then I'm sure hopefully we'll get the result that we're looking for.
Jarrad, how do you read the new stats around, such as source of score, when you see you're now so good at scoring from the back half, but it's diminished in the forward half? Do you want to rebalance that, or are you comfortable with that?
I think we're comfortable where our game's at, but it's I think it's just the way maybe the game's moving, but we haven't changed the way that we want to play. If anything, we're glad that we're more efficient when we do go back in. I think there might have been a knock on us when we were sort of maybe playing front half football that we didn't execute going forward, but being able to execute from a little bit further back, I think is a credit to what we've been doing in offence there as well, and we're still defending really well.
The prison bar announcement, maybe today or tomorrow. How disappointed will the club be if the answer's no?
Look, it's I suppose from a coach and a past player, you always want to pay respects to the heritage of the footy club, where this club has come from. And look, I suppose from a coaching staff, and I know the players love wearing the prison bars. If it is only against the Crows, they respect the heritage of the footy club. And look, obviously the powers that be will take care of that. But I know from a player's point of view and a coach's point of view, we love seeing the players represent that, even if it is only for once or twice a year.
How have you enjoyed, I think, probably 18 months into an assistant coach? How have you enjoyed being back in the AFL system?
Yeah, it's been good. 19 was an interesting year, you know, sort of getting your feet under the desk. 20 was interesting, obviously, with COVID, but 2 years have gone pretty quick, that's for sure. But enjoy my time, enjoy the environment I'm in with Port Adelaide and the people I work with. It's a great organisation to be a part of, and we're definitely going places, we believe.
You feel like you're improving as a coach? How do you mark that?
Well, you have to ask the general manager of footy that. I'd like to think so. You know, you work hard on building relationships and understanding the game that we want to coach. Working with experienced coaches around that we have. You can only not want to learn and keep learning. So, yeah, feel like you're growing all the time, not only as a coach but as a human being. I think that's the main thing is you grow as a person holistically, not just purely as a coach.
Do you get the itch ever to go to being a head coach again? You've had a bit of best of both worlds.
Yeah, well, I've been a head coach at state league level, and you enjoy the successes that come with that. It's a different sort of seat you sit in. Which one thing I've really noticed being an assistant, sometimes you sort of check yourself a little bit because you know what you would be like as a senior coach. But yeah, look, you always got your eye on a goal whenever that comes about, or whether opportunities present. You want to make sure that you're ready. And but at this time, I'm enjoying my time as an assistant, working with some fantastic coaches and staff.
We sort of know how it works with players. How does it work with a coach if someone was to come knocking, or you were to be interested, or something like that? How does that process, I suppose, work for you?
I don't know, actually. Interesting question. I suppose I'll speak to my manager and the questions come. There's people are always talking, opportunities always present, but I'm solely focused on coaching well here at Port Adelaide.
How are you seeing the length of the game? There's been a bit of talk, and I guess the injury count this season. What's your take on that?
Yeah, it's interesting. I haven't looked closely enough at it, only sort of probably through what you hear in the media, but they're interesting stats. Sometimes it's, I think it's just a bit of being unlucky in terms of the collisions that you might have. I think the nature of the game is fast. The players that play are combative. So I just think that the individual themselves are getting better and better, faster, more powerful. They attack the footy. I think the brand of footy that we're seeing in the AFL is exciting. So whether that has an effect on it, I can't tell. I can't sort of give you a pinpoint or anything, but it's just probably unfortunate for some guys.
Do you think the game is becoming too long, or are you happy with where it's at?
No, look, I said it's probably 2 or 3 years ago we were playing the same amount of minutes. I think because we had the shortened quarters last year and it was a really compressed season, it seemed like everything was quick and fast. I enjoy seeing the best players be out there for longer. If you're talking from a coach's hat, you probably put an extra hour on your coding because the games are longer. Maybe go back to the shorter quarters. But no, look, in all seriousness, I think it's great that we're seeing the amount of footy that we're seeing throughout the competition.
Do you think Riley Bond will play football this weekend?
He'll play footy this weekend. Yep, he's ticked all the boxes in terms of passing everything he needs to in the strength and conditioning side of things. Where that will be, we'll find out at the end of the week. But he's definitely discussed. He was in some good form before he went out, and he probably could have pushed possibly last week to play. So he's got another week under his belt, and he'll be ready to go.
Traditionally, you miss 5 weeks. You probably have to go through the 2. Is that probably where you'd be landing?
We'll get to match committee and we'll discuss all players as we do.
There's a video which I think is going viral of a little boy getting hit by a Connor Rosie goal. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't seen that. No, I haven't seen that. No. Was the poor kid all right?
I hope, I don't know.
No. No.
Don't know whether the boys have been talking about it yet.
No, I haven't heard anything like that. No.
That's one. Good.
All good? Thanks, guys.